Good morning. Today I wanted to discuss with you guys my LASIK surgery experience and everything that I've been through regarding the initial consultation, the surgery, and post-op care. So when I first started thinking about LASIK surgery, it was probably about 2 or 3 months ago I started thinking about it. And I originally went to two doctors for an initial consultation. The initial consultation was free. So I went to two doctors and I made my decision based on what each of them had to say. I felt more comfortable with the doctor that I went to because he had more years of experience. He seemed to have a lot of knowledge about the entire procedure, including post-op. He had an actual regimen that all of his patients have to follow for post-op. So I was pretty impressed with him and his staff, and that was really important to me. I wanted to feel comfortable knowing that my doctor was knowledgeable and that I liked his office staff. So I went with him, and for the initial consultation, I was requested to not wear my contacts for 2 weeks. Being a contact user for probably like the past 15 years, that was quite an adjustment for me to make, even if it was just for 2 weeks. So I went to my initial consultation and they actually took two sets of measurements of my eye. One was called a wave scan, and that actually measures your eye and sees what your vision correction is supposed to be. So, for example, my contacts are like a negative 2.75, but my actual eye is like a negative 2. And that was found because I actually have an astigmatism. Slight, where I didn't need astigmatic contact lenses, but enough that it was my vision was higher in terms of my contact lenses and glasses than it actually was my natural eye shape. Excuse me. So then I had a topography exam, which sees the highs and lows of your eyeball because your eye naturally has dips and highs of that nature, and that basically tells the laser machine where to correct on my eye. So it was actually really cool. So I had the initial consultation, everything went great. Then I had another appointment for the exact same measurements, and they do this to make sure that nothing changes between the eyes. I actually did have a change, and they wanted me to come back one more time before my scheduled surgery date, and they saw that, it was the same from the week before, so your eyes can change within the course of a week, apparently. But mine, it was like the exact same measurements between my second appointment and the appointment that they asked me to come back before I had my surgery. So, okay, everything was good. We were set for surgery, and I went in and I had my surgery done on Tuesday. And, excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. So, my doctor is actually more comfortable with the blade to create the corneal flap. So the way LASIK works is you have a flap, you have a corneal material over your eye, and that is what protects your eye. So what they do is they have to actually make a flap. So they cut it, create the flap, go in there, do the laser, close it back up. So he feels more comfortable with the blade, which is called a microkeratome. There is actually a laser that can do that now. My doctor felt more comfortable with the blade. He's been doing that for 20 years. If he felt more comfortable with it, I felt more comfortable that he used what he's comfortable with on me, on my eyeballs. So I was totally fine. I did have some bleeding because I am a contact lens wearer. The vessels, blood vessels in my near my iris and my pupils were a little more constricted than they would be if I was just a regular glass wearer. So I did have a little bit of bleeding. It's totally normal. He washed everything out when he had finished the actual procedure. I was on the table for maybe like 10-15 minutes, not even. It felt really, really short. So everything was fine during the procedure. He said that I was his best patient of the day. I felt so honored. And basically, you're just on the table listening to their instructions. When they put the microkeratome on, they first put on a ring on your eye, and that creates a lot of suction. When the suction happens, everything goes dark. They take the cutter, I'm not sure because the videos I've seen, it looks like a blade just kind of runs across your eye, but in this case it was something that went around, because the way my flap was created, it was created at the 12 o'clock position, so it goes like that rather than like this or like that. So I actually have a video of the procedure on my right eye. I'm gonna see if I can link it here or post it so that you guys can see if you're curious. It took me a little while to watch, but it's not too bad once I figured out what he was actually doing. And he was really great. He walked me through the entire thing. He told me everything that he was doing. So it was actually a really interesting experience, and I don't know if I would want to have it again, but I didn't have any pain or any sort of discomfort. He was amazing. The staff was amazing. So I really, really appreciated having them as my doctors. So post-op, they took me into a room as soon as I got off the table, and they put in my eye drops. So they have two sets of eye drops that they use. One is an antibiotic and the other one is a steroid. And these I have to use 4 times a day, every day for 1 week as soon as I'm done with my surgery. So as soon as the surgery was over, they put in my eye drops. I put them in 2 more times that day. I went home and I had to rest. So I went home with, they gave me a pair of sunglasses, and then I have to wear these. These are just like an eye mask, really made out of plastic. It's pretty soft plastic, pretty flexible. And I'm supposed to wear this every night to sleep just to make sure that I don't rub my eye or anything gets in there, because I do have a corneal flap now that is open. So it is kind of sealed to my eye, but just to make sure that I don't rub it and detach it or anything, this is to help protect that. So I wear this at night, every night for 1 week, and I wore it the rest of the day when I came home from my procedure. And anytime I go out or feel like my eyes are irritating me, I just throw these on and I'm okay. So the antibiotics I'm supposed to be using for the 1 week as well. And then on top of that, my doctor recommended that I use preservative-free artificial tears for the 1 week as well, because I just had laser eye surgery, so I don't want anything that's going to go in there and irritate me. So he recommended preservative-free, and these actually come in little vials like this, because as soon as you use one up, you have to throw it away. So they give you little vials. So these I put in every hour, and my doctor actually gave me a useful tip because the antibiotics sting a little bit when you first put them in. So he recommended put in your eye drop first, put in your antibiotic, and then put in your steroid. And another tip that he gave me is to keep the antibiotic in the fridge, so it's cool, it doesn't sting as much, and that was the best tip that I got, I think, because I have no stinging now, I have no irritation, I'm totally good. So I use both the prescription eye drops and the preservative-free artificial tears for 1 week, and then after that I use just regular eye drops, something like Sustain or Refresh. So I'm supposed to use them every hour for a month. Then once the second month comes around, I use them every 2 hours. And then third month, every 3 hours. Fourth month onward for the year, I use them every 4 hours or 4 times a day. I forget what the recommendation was. He gave me a paper with all of my instructions on there. And as far as the procedure went, I had no pain. I had a little bit of irritation in like the lower corners of my eye, kind of like the feeling of an eyelash in your eye. I had my mom check to see if I had anything in there. It's just regular irritation that you feel, nothing burning, no pain, nothing like that. Like I said, it was just a really amazing experience, and I'm so fortunate that I didn't have any problems like that. And then the next day, so yesterday, I went to my first follow-up appointment, and they did the topography exam just to make sure that the areas where they treated were, going into what they're supposed to be so that I can have perfect vision. And I'm healing. I'm in the process of healing. It'll take about a month or so for those areas to completely heal. Until then, he did say that, vision might fluctuate a little bit here and there. Totally normal. It's because those areas are healing, and until they've healed, you're going to have fluctuating vision. So, for example, yesterday my vision was pretty clear. I had a little bit of fuzziness or haziness, I should say, in my left eye mostly, and I think it's just because of all of the medications that I'm constantly putting into my eyes. Today, my vision is a little blurry, kind of like you're underwater type of feeling. But again, this is all normal. It's just the healing process of your eye. And you can take between, few weeks up to the year to be completely healed. It's a surgery. It's your eyes. You have to just be patient with it. Eventually, you'll get that perfect 20/20 vision. So, my next appointment is my 1 week follow-up appointment where they're going to do the same thing again. They do the topography, make sure areas are healing properly, make sure the flap is healing properly, see if my vision is getting a little better. It should be getting better in the next few weeks. I should start seeing crystal clear, hopefully. So, if you guys have any questions, please reach out. I hope this video is helpful for you. The one takeaway from this is please do your research, find a doctor that you feel comfortable with, and just follow the doctor's instructions. Oh yeah, one of the few things that I was restricted from doing was, when you shower or wash your face, don't get the water in your eyes for the first week. So the way I've been showering is really just like facing away from the shower head, just tilting my head back to wash my hair, not letting it get in my face. In the mornings, I'll just take a damp washcloth and kind of pat my eye to clean it, but I don't want to be splashing any water. Another thing he said is no eye makeup for the week, no makeup at all for 2 days at least. I don't really wear makeup, so I wasn't too concerned about that. No swimming, no hot tubs, saunas, nothing strenuous for that first week, just rest. He said that you can go back to work the next day if you wanted to. I actually ended up taking the whole week off because I just wanted to relax, not have to look at a computer screen or a phone for the whole day. So I was just planning on relaxing and letting my eyes really rest and recover from this traumatic surgery that happened. Just kidding. So my experience was actually really, really great. I hope you found the information helpful. And again, like I said, do your research, make sure you're comfortable with everything, make sure you're comfortable with your doctor. And then I actually donated my glasses and they took a picture of it and asked if they can use it for their social media, so it was really cute. And yeah, so I hope you found everything helpful. Please let me know in the comments down below. Give me a thumbs up, and I hope to see you again. Bye!